Hi, this video is to show how to design a motor mount for 3D printing for this Pitsco number 280 motor. This is the motor we'll have for our green cars. In this reference spec sheet, you have a little bit of motor information. It tells you that the motor diameter is 24 millimeters and the length of the motor body is 30 millimeters. So we're going to design a clip to go around the motor and hold it securely, but we'll also put a little bit of a break in it to keep it from being too tight. So the first thing I generally like to do is to increase the number of sides. You see the extreme there of the polygon. Make that the maximum number of sides to smooth it out. And I'll do the same with the hole that I'm going to put in the middle of this. So I know that I want my hole to be 24 millimeters. Now, often when 3D printing, I would not make the hole the exact diameter of the motor, but you'll see in a bit why we might want to do that in this case. Now the outside, I'm going to try just a 1 millimeter thick ring. So if the hole was 24, I'm going to make this ring 26 by 26 millimeters to leave a 1 millimeter circle around those. So I think I'll just use my L or a line tool. I like the shortcut L here to line these up quickly. And then I'll Control A, select, whoop, I don't want to select that motor, so I'll select these two and Control G for group. Okay, now as far as the height goes, if I want this to be the full height of the motor, that height is, check those specs again, 30 millimeters. I believe it's like 30 and a half, but 30 should be just great for the clip. If anything, the clip could be a little smaller. We're keeping it simple here. It's possible, would be possible to do something fancy where you use less material and you just have a couple of, like, two clips, one around the top, one around the bottom. We're going to go with a clip around the entire motor. Now I'm going to design the base here to be 2 millimeters thick. And if this is 26 millimeters, maybe I'll make the base 30. Okay, and I think I'll use that L for a line and just, maybe these are already centered. So if that's the case, there's nothing more to do here. They don't seem to share the same center, but maybe I'm missing something. If I just move that up, definitely want to be sure. That looks really good. Like the top of this will not interfere with that circle. Going to look at this in some other views. Bring it up to the same height as well. Okay, I'll group these two items. Now you see we basically have created this ring to hold the motor and a mount to glue to the chassis. However, the reason we printed the inside diameter to be exactly 24 is because we would expect that to be too tight, and we would expect that this motor would not fit if we printed it the exact same size. But what we're going to do is take a hole and just knock a chunk out of this, or knock a slot out of this ring. I might make this slot as much as 10 millimeters wide. There's some vents in the motor that aren't shown here, but there's some little air vents. It might be nice to give those air vents some space where they're not covered so the motor can stay cool. I think I will L for a line these two, and really just kind of playing it by ear here, but I'll Control G and take that slot out. And I've got a motor mount, just a real simple design, showing you the basics. You can incorporate this idea into a 3D printed chassis or something like that. If you like, that would be awesome. But I'm going to export this, just the mount, as an STL and get that on the printer.